Hello, my name is Terrence Irvin and Ascension Parish Environmental Service. This is Miss Judy representing
DEQ, Department of Environmental Quality.
Okay. Here we are at Lamar Dixon hosting the Ascension Parish Household Hazardous Waste event. We thank you all for coming out this afternoon. As you notice behind us, the activity is rolling as we said it would. People are bringing their material to be recycled and disposed of properly. Miss Judy, you're with DEQ. How many of these have you actually been involved in?
Oh, over the last 12 years, I've probably been involved in about 20, 24.
Oh, that's quite a few.
Yeah.
So would you say this is pretty much successful?
Oh yes, this is a very successful one. We've got people constantly coming and they're recycling everything. Computers, batteries, paint, all kinds of stuff.
Basically, since our company is all about recycling e-waste, we schedule along with other groups that actually do the exact same thing, and we network together to basically organize these where people have all these different computers, monitors, and such that they're donating today, as you see probably in the background that we have. So it happens from time to time that we're trying to make it a more routine basis and get more people out there to recycle the e-waste instead of ended up in landfills.
Interstate Batteries was originally asked by East Baton Rouge Parish to be part of their recycling day, and so we agreed to do that for obvious reasons. Same thing, we're here with the Ascension Parish is because we want to be part of this green network to help the community and our environment be a better place to live. We've done two with the East Baton Rouge Parish, one with West Baton Rouge, and now this is our first time today with Ascension Parish.
ESC is an environmental company, and we deal with hazardous and non-hazardous waste. And we collect the waste, and it is properly disposed of. Sometimes we do it as fuel blending, like various flammables will go for fuel blending, but we take in everything. Some of it will go for recycling, some of it does get incinerated, but if it does go for incineration, the ash will be put into a sanitary landfill, aligned. None of it goes out into the environment.
Behind us we have the recycling going on with the paint. What actually happens with the paint?
Okay.
Through the process?
We take it, we open up only latex paint, and we mix it, stir it real well, and if it's good enough to use, we'll dump it into 5-gallon buckets. We make all kinds of different colors.
Correct.
Which you've seen. The colors turn out great. Then you guys are donating it to Salvation Army.
To be used in the Habitat Humanity program.
Right.
Which is a good recycling program.
Yeah, it's great.
There's also like flammables like gasoline and acetone, paint thinners. If they should leak, they could cause household fires. If they get into the ground, they could contaminate your groundwater. So that's all we say. We always tell them to bring this to an event like this. This is getting more popular all over the nation. We always say watch your newspaper and any kind of flyers that you might receive in your mail, and there'll be one going on in your community usually. So we tell them to bring it to us, and we'll dispose of it properly.
As you mentioned earlier, we're also collecting tires, scrap metal, computer monitors, batteries, and many of the household hazardous waste material that's in our homes. Speaking from my end as far as dealing with the warehouse, what we do when we bring all this stuff back, we have techs at the job as well as a D-man station that's there where they actually professionally dismantle these computers and stuff like their hard drives in the machine, that if anybody's concerned with any of the information that being on there, we have a contract with the actual customer that if anything is donated, that the hard drives are assured and wiped. Like even if anybody donates anything today, they can get a certificate of destruction, which basically assures them that their hard drives are professionally wiped, so they don't have anything or any information on them. But everything that we have gets recycled or reused for any of our like our little programs that we have in our refurbishing programs that we have, for kids on reduced lunch, or those that are not able to get a computer for a regular price. We actually try to get them one that's actually for a lower price than you would find in the store.
With having us out here today, it's free. There's no cost to the taxpayers. I will do it on Interstate Batteries' behalf because we're going to take the spent batteries and recycle them. That's where our benefit is. We will recycle the batteries back to our manufacturer. And the whole recycling process stands on its own essentially, because like I said, they're going to reuse the plastic, they're going to reuse the lead, which helps keep the cost of the manufacturing of the batteries down, which in turn, the cost down to me, in turn to the consumer.
You know, Ms. Judy, we have an exciting group out here today. We have the Sheriff Department who donated their labor assistance. People sometimes they identify them as inmates. Here you have an opportunity where the inmates are now doing community service. That's putting back, you know what I mean? And that's a great service. And they're at each station collecting the material that we've asked the public to bring to us. In other words, now we have, I noticed earlier, I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed earlier some elderly citizens coming through and the inmates were there to help them. And I just get excited when I see that the inmates are providing that service, helping elderly citizens in each section, like the strap metals, the tires, and the computers areas. You know, also we have some vendors who are out there, along with DEQ. We have PSC, who's our contracted our service, who are going to take care of the chemicals for us, and companies like the Interstate, who's taking care of the batteries and things of that nature. We have CRC, who's taking care of the computers and electronics. You just can't beat this. This is a great event. I'm excited about it.
Well, years ago, Terrence and I, who've been friends for years, asked me if I'd get involved with the Keep Ascension Beautiful campaign here. We just tied in with the Keep America Beautiful campaign. And so I got on the committee, and we would meet discussing having things like the hazardous waste pickup service, and which is much needed here in the parish. And I offered my services to him, and since we have containers such as the roll-offs behind me for the general trash, I offered that and just wanted to get involved. It's something that it's very important for a parish to have this type of service so that it doesn't go in the general waste. General waste goes to a landfill here in Ascension Parish that cannot take hazardous waste. So we try to keep that out of that waste stream.
It's gratitude. People have told us numerous times. I got Nicholas working with me today, and numerous times they tell us just thank you, and they've said over and over, hey, this is really a good thing, and just thank you for being here. Because obviously everybody that's here, any of the vendors, or not vendors, but any of the people here are volunteers, and they're just giving up their time to come to help this parish, clean up its community.
Oh, the organizers here have been wonderful. They've been great. They've treated us wonderful, and it's very organized. And we love the facility, what we have to work with here, and it's been nothing but great. They told us how they wanted it set up. We worked with them. We told them what we recommended, and it's been just a wonderful relationship. And everybody is it's just worked out great.
Well, the purpose of this event is to keep stuff out of the landfills. I mean, in your household, you might have pesticides, herbicides. Those things bring here today. If you're not using them anymore, we'll dispose of them properly, and you don't have to pay to get rid of them. And you don't put them in your garbage can either. That's not good for the landfills.
That is correct.
You keep all the paint out of the landfills by bringing it to us.
But that's the importance of having these drop-off days.
Yes.
It's very important because of that reason.
Yeah.
It's inexpensive. You don't have to pay for it.
Right.
And it's properly disposed, handled by specialists like yourself. And that way citizens won't have to put it in their trash cans and kind of hide it from the,
the waste collectors.
Exactly. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
Just come to the next one if you didn't get to come to this one.